In this video, we're going to be discussing the do's and don'ts, the benefits, the non-benefits, the way forward, and the way not to go towards a greater, brighter future for the e-scooters and everybody else around us. Hi, I'm Misled Ragdoll. You're welcome to my channel. And why do I call myself Misled Ragdoll? I think there's a lot of things misleading in this world that needs, a ragdoll to be able to embrace it. That'd be me. And to basically fix all these problems wherever I can fix them, and then involvement with others as well. You can see on my other videos, my videos are basically just inspirational. They're set to be made inspirational for others. You can learn a lot from my channel. Check out some of my videos and you might learn something from this channel. Who knows? So we're going to be discussing e-scooters. They are the greater of good. Have they got a bad name? I think they do. Do you? Why do you think they have a bad name? There's a load of things we're going to be discussing in this topic. The do's and don'ts, the how to and what not to do, and blah de blah. But yeah, we're going to have to start somewhere. Waiting on some viewers. We've currently got 0 viewers. Everybody's probably tucked up in bed right now. It is a bit late. I should really pick my times. Hello to number 1 viewer. This discussion is going to be about e-scooters. There is I have so many ideas for my next video that may interest you and others. So hopefully we can make. I've got my notepad out. So whatever we discuss, talk about on this podcast, have your say in the comment section, or anything you want to give your advice on the way forward, the way you think e-scooters should be used. Are they being abused? Are they making other people look bad? They've got a bad name. Can things get any worse? Of course they can. You've got people like me, like good people like me and others who trying to bring justification to the bad name that we have. What can we do to make progress? So we're going to be. Let me just check some messages. Some such as potential blah blah blah. Okay. You can post your messages. I don't know where they're going to pop up, but let me just. Yeah, I'm not sure where the messages pop up, but if you do have a message, let me know. Post a message, and we can have a discussion about e-scooters, the do's and don'ts, the whys, the cans, the abrupt self-destruction, the fact that they are absolute human slingshots due to those damn potholes. How can we eradicate that? It's an ongoing problem. There's problem. Always a problem if you're an e-scooter rider trying to enjoy yourself. Some e-scooters don't have good uphill pull, to get yourself up those damn hills without wasting so much batteries. They do, in fact. They've got that. If you're going to be cheap, if you can't, with your budget, because you can't afford, because they are expensive. Don't get me wrong. Some people don't really have the money to fork out for, the ones that are £1,000. But there are some cheap ones, very cheap ones. I think going on about sort of £160, I think. So if you're lucky, pick one of those up. You can, but they are going to have a lot of flaws, the cheap ones. But there's but the most expensive ones do have. I do admit, I am eyeing up those the ones that last long. The battery. If the battery lasts long, you haven't got to worry about getting stranded somewhere. So that is like a main worry for me, especially if a tire blows out or something. That is like the absolute ultimate. Crap, this sucks so bad, it's ultimate. Oh no. For me, it's getting stranded somewhere due to a battery running flat. or you've got a flat tire in the middle of nowhere, sticking your thumb out, trying to call a taxi, someone to come and pick you up. It just really sucks. It does happen. It's happened to me, and it's just one of those things that where they do have those inner tubeless tires. I'm going to say that again. They do have those inner tubeless tires that you can buy, but like I said, not everybody can afford it. So I'm not going to even try and like a third party sell or give advertisement to others. I'm just saying they are out there. The inner tubeless tires. Yeah, they're out there, and which means they won't pop. But here's the thing, with inner tubeless tires, whether it's a bike, e-scooter, or even a car or a train, trains don't need inner tubeless tires. They're tubeless unless you're on the underground station. Tubeless? No, I don't know. I don't know where my brain's going. But yeah, tubeless. Smarties, Skittles, tubeless, especially after leaving me in a room with them. They'll be gone. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, tubeless. Yeah, inner tubeless tires does have their flaws. Everything has a flaw. Just depends how you walk on it, and whether you're going to be sturdy floor or wonky floor. That everything has their flaws. E-scooters have their flaws. I think the ultimate absolute best, like the only way that I would actually switch from an e-scooter to an e-bike, something really I love about these the e-bikes is, or what I do like and what I don't like, my preferrals, yeah, over one another. So like if I wanted to get like to make me want to get an e-scooter, change from an e-scooter to an e-bike, I like the fact that e-bikes, if they could fold, like a folding e-scooter bike. No, wait. Yeah, so like an e-bike, because the storage of an e-scooter is absolutely amazing. Like it takes up either little to no space whatsoever. Obviously, it needs some space, but they do have their greatest part about them is storing them, and the size of them. You can actually fold the e-scooters, and with a bike, it needs more space. So it'll take up more space, which means not everybody has a lot of space, especially if you live in a flat or a bungalow, or even just like a little box room. Some people just need to carry as small own things that are as small as possible, but just simply because they haven't got the space. So that being said, e-scooters are great to store in a small space, but like if an e-bike, if you could fold, because there are folding bikes out there that I've actually been eyeing up, but I think if I was gonna switch from an e-scooter to e-bike, the e-bike would have to be foldable. I mean, that would be the ultimate awesome thing, because the reason some people would say that the e-bike is going to keep you fitter because you're using the pedals. Even and another thing, if you do get stranded with an e-bike, you have the alternative. So say if like your your battery runs out in the middle of nowhere. On an e-bike, right? You still have those pedals to be able to get you to where you need to go, whereas the e-scooter, it's you're gonna need to pretty much push it along up those hills, and you push yourself along with your feet, and because they're built at such, because the e-scooters have like a limit on them. Some e-scooters are really heavy, so like I don't know, some because of the battery and everything. But yeah, it just really sucks because you have to push them along, and that can be very stressful as well, especially if you're in the middle of nowhere going up them damn hills on a flat battery. So yeah, I think I'd prefer to be, if I'm going to get stranded in the middle of nowhere, I'd rather be stranded with an e-bike, simply because they have pedals and you can like pretty much get to where you need to go faster with pedals rather than like the pushing yourself on the floor motion that you need to do with the e-scooters. So yeah, that is my my big thumbs up to the some people will also say that e-scooters are for lazy people, and some people may disagree with that. I mean, obviously you pretty much need little or no. All you need to do really is just like steer the e-scooter and accelerate and observe. Yeah, so steer, accelerate, and observe. But on a bike, you have to do more than that. You'll have to like steer, accelerate, and observe, and pretty much pedal, which is something you don't need to do on an e-scooter. So yeah, there's a lot more good things about an e-bike than an e-scooter. I do agree with that. That being said, I do think that e-bikes are probably, this is coming from somebody who owns an e-scooter. Now, I own an e-scooter, but I'm actually thinking about getting an e-bike, switching over to e-bikes because I think that they have good fundamental prospects and attainable attributes to our health and to our the fitness and of our bodies, just because we do need to pedal, and on an e-bike you don't. Although on an e-bike, though you need to pedal, I think so sometimes you want to be lazy. Sometimes you want to have that lazy, and I do admit, e-scooter riders seem like we as e-scooter riders seem or look or appear to be lazy commuters. We appear to be like really lazy just because of the fact. I mean, you could say the same about somebody who drives a car, really, because it's like driving a car is pretty much the same. The only thing is you get a seat, and you can get a seat for an e-scooter, but for some e-scooters you do need to buy that separately. Don't necessarily always comes with a seat if you get an e-scooter, but with a car, you expect a seat. Whether it's a 2-seater, a 1-seater, a seatless car, just unless it's like stacked up, unless it's being used as a storage vehicle, like with storage but yeah, a seat. Every car has a seat, or should have a seat. I've never seen a car without a seat, somewhere to sit. It's just, but on an e-scooter, you can buy it separately. Sometimes you don't, sometimes you do. But I think I've never seen an e-scooter. When you buy an e-scooter, I've never actually seen one where like you get the seat with it. You do tend to have to buy them separately, the seats, and install them on your own, and make sure that they fit, make sure that they're the correct size. So, doing all your checks and stuff, get your little ruler out and check to make sure that it's the correct width for it, and do all these checks before you click buy and stuff like that. But you do tend, like I said, to need to want to get that on your own, because they don't necessarily come with it, the e-scooter and the seat. But so you could say the same about I think you could say the same about a car driver. They are like lazy compared to a bike rider, because they've got pedals, and you need it. Literally, I don't think you gain any exercise from driving a car unless you are pedaling. But if you're that is the amazing thing about driving a bike. I really should get out more and drive bikes with pedals, because they are really good for you. Get your blood circulation going, and that's the thing. With e-scooters, I do think there's only a downhill blood circulation, so I think we need to balance. We always do need to balance things out. I really do need to get out on my bike or do some jogging, stuff like that. Investment in getting they are a good investment, driving a bike. But I wouldn't say e-scooters, I wouldn't say that you should always rely on them. You should always have a second way to travel, if you can, if possible. I'm not saying that make sure you do that, because not everybody can. So it's make sure you can, if it's possible. So not always necessarily possible. So just gotta keep on keeping on. I think I've exhausted all my chat lines. No, I ain't really. I've got so many things I want to say, hence why I went on live now. I do want to find out how to view messages if messages were sent. Welcome to live chat. There's different ways to glow or pop. I don't know. There's it's ways to enhance the picture. I think I'm just gonna. I don't usually do this, but I'm gonna slate my picture, which makes it a bit more, I don't know, brushed. I guess that's what I want.